Well, now that we have resized the case mouths down to 7.2 or 3 millimeters, I'm going to run these cases through a full-length resize die, so I'll be sure that they will fit in my rifle when I shoot it. So really all we do here is take the brass, which we've already opened up to 7.2 millimeters, put it in the same press with the number 3 shell holder that we had in there before, and I have already reset the die so it's the correct distance, and I've put a lock ring on it so it's in the right place. So we lube the case, as you saw, and then we run this up into back out, which sizes the casing to SAMI specs, which pretty much assures me that'll work in any .284 rifle. So the next step for us will be to fire the case in my individual rifle, which will fire form the case, as they say, and then for the next operation after that, I'll use a Redding .284 Winchester neck size die, which is a neck size only, and this is a bushing style. This is the box they come in, and this is what the die looks like. This particular die has a neck size bushing in it, which is the bushing that resizes the outside of the die. So you can see if I unscrew the stem and pour out the little neck size bushing, that's what's in there, and when the case goes up inside this bushing, it will resize the neck. They're inserted by basically just dropping them in, screwing down the stem until it's tight, and then backing it off 1/16 of a turn, which is about that much, and then you'll lock it down. This leaves that bushing a tiny bit loose in there, and it means that the bushing can move a little bit. So if we shake it, we can feel and hear that bushing moving a tiny bit in there. So that is now set. All that remains is to put the die into the press and set the depth using this so that the bottom of the die hits the top of that with a little pressure. That ensures that the sizing is complete and that it is consistent. So next time what we'll do is we'll resize the cases with the neck size die and see how they fit in the rifle, the individual rifle. And I say individual rifle because each rifle will be a little bit different. Once we have neck sized the brass, we'll continue reloading and testing loads to find the most accurate load. After that, we'll neck size only for 3 or 4 loadings, and then if the bolt lift gets a little tight, it may require that we full length resize again. Somewhere in there I will likely want to anneal the case mounts so they don't get too work hardened. Anyway, we'll leave that for another video. I hope that little bit has helped, and you'll see that what I think were a little oversized case mouth is after resizing with the K&M, and which I believe was a little too loose because I could actually seat the bullets with my fingers, which is too loose. Now if you attempt to seat a bullet in these cases after they've been run through the full length die, the bullet seats normally with enough friction to hold the bullet in place and not have it accidentally knocked into or out of the case. So this, as step 2, the full length resize is likely going to be needed depending on the tolerances on this little mandrel that, as you can see, is tapered. In the case of this particular one, I believe it makes the case mouth a tiny bit too large, at least for my tastes. If you purchase something like this or use another sort of die, you may be lucky enough that your tolerances are a little smaller than mine. The size will be a little smaller, so the case mouth inside dimension will be a little tighter, and it may be tight enough to hold the bullets, which may mean you won't need to do a full length resize. Anyway, we'll leave that for another video. I'm hoping to receive that action soon and put the whole thing in a stock and go out and shoot it, and then we'll make another video of the next sizing operation, and hopefully I can include a few shots of what I hope will be some pretty nice little groups. So until then, good shooting and have fun.